mean, I don't know if you mind. I just thought it'd be worth it while we're here, really, just to tell people. I mean, really, this golden temple, like, it didn't used to be golden, yeah. It used to be actually not covered in gold. Then you know the Raja Ranjit Singh, he actually put the gold on top. But just to give you the it was about, he came in 1801. So I'm assuming we're 1801 and 1840. So between that period, in those 50 years that he was in power, that's when he put the gold in. But before that, it just used to be an iconic place for us anyway. But what it is you know, this is one of the few temples, or you call it a temple like Mandir or Harimandar, that is actually made by the Guru. You know, you get lots of places like Christ didn't really make any churches, nor did like Prophet Muhammad make any mosques, right? But this place was made by the Guru. And what is cool is that in this architecturally, this place teaches you a lot. Like, let's forget the gold for a second. If you look around this place, yeah, let me just talk you through, like, for example, there's 4 entrances, right? That's quite a famous one that people know there's 4 entrances, yeah? And the reason that it's open to everybody. And it's a bit like God, isn't it? God's open to everybody regardless of what culture, what religion, whether you're male or female, not interested, you know? God's open to all of us. The other thing is that as you come into this place, have you noticed that most temples you go up some stairs?
Right, okay, yeah.
Right, but here what happens? You come down. Yeah? Yeah, notice that, right? Yeah. So it's actually made, Guru made it this way, it's below. And the reason for that is because to get into God, you need to sort of have humility. So once you approach God, you can't approach God with this attitude of arrogance, like, oh, I don't care, I'm not that interested. You have to say, like, this is the one that made everything with just one word. Like all the planets, you know, every single galaxy, everything's made with just one word. Yeah. So how much more infinitely powerful will that being be, right? And so it's like we humble ourselves, we say, look, I'm here to learn. What is it? But also, if you notice that when you go around this place, there's 4 entrances in the complex, right? But you can only get in with one way from the other side, right? You can only get in from one way, yeah? And that is basically that the path to God. In the 8.4 million life cycles, like 84 lakh June, it's like you have human life and you have other lives. So this is our human life, yeah. But it's 8.4 million chance to 1 to get the human life. So the only way in is from that one chance. Okay. You can't get into God if you're not human, right? So in a way, this is the way in. This is the time to go inside. If you waste this time, then we kind of like have to go. Imagine you start off there and you miss going in, and then you start following it around. You've got a long way to go before you get back in again. Okay. Yeah. So it's like teaching you that go in at this point. Yeah. Okay. Go in now, and also it's about love, because the path to God for us is like made out of love. So although all religions have truth inside them, the only way into God is to the truth of accepting everybody's equal, being a good person, meditating. That's the only way in. Even if you were a Christian, you're going to end up doing what a Sikh does. Serving people, accepting equality. Even if you were a Hindu, you're going to end up doing what a Sikh does. So the Guru's path is inclusive. It's not exclusive to say that you have to be one of us to get in. But it says, but this is the path. We call it the path of the saints as opposed to calling it a religion. Like Gurus describe it as a path of the saints or the path of truth. Because you have to walk that path of truth regardless of what religion you are. Yeah? You can't skip it. You can't say, well, I'll be a racist, racist religious person. It won't get you in. It's like you have to walk the path of equality. You can't be like non-compassionate. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to be compassionate. Also, you know, like with this place, yeah, the Gurus made many places where there were sarovars, like pools of water. But this is the only one that the temple is inside the pool of water. You notice that? Like Darbar Sahib, you go there, it's one of the biggest sarovars in India. It's huge, it's not far from here, but there's no Gurdwara inside. So do you know why they made it inside? Like, just think about it graphically, like why would you think they made it inside?
To distinguish it from the rest of them?
No. It's something even cooler than that.
So it's surrounded?
No. Okay, sorry. I'm not going to quiz you for too long. It's because God's inside. So Guru says, Harimandar Sahib hai. This body is like God's temple. So to go into God's temple, really it's inside. So how do you show someone that God's inside them? To show them that here, look, there's the outside world. You have to leave the outside world and go inside. Right? And for us, that's from here. You know the 7th chakra, what they have in Hinduism? We believe this is the 10th gate. So from here, when you meditate, you go in. At top of our head, we have an energy center, the 10th door. And if we meditate, have you guys ever meditated, by the way? You have, yeah? Have you ever felt something here?
Yeah, but I'm not a hard.
Not a hardcore.
No.
Oh, just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. I don't.
Try before you buy, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Okay. So you know when you meditate, Like at some point you can experience over here like tingling. You know, yeah, electrical tingling, something like this, yeah? If you go even further, you feel like bliss. Like it's like getting high. I'm not going to ask you if you used to do drugs, but I used to before I became a Sikh, yeah? I used to, you know, smoke weed and stuff, you know, spliff, yeah? And you get high, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, but even better you get from meditation. It's bliss, yeah? And that bliss is like very powerful. And we believe that that's the point of human life, to go inside and find bliss. We call this word Anand. Anand. It's a common name, yeah, in India, Anand, right? And it means like bliss. So inside you is bliss. So when we look for it in drugs or in alcohol or anything else, the reason we look for it there is because we're meant to be feeling Anand. We're made to feel Anand, but we're deprived of it. So we look for it in the wrong place.
Yeah.
So you see this as you go around, you can go around the whole world looking for bliss, yeah? But you won't find it. The only way is to go inside. Right? Inside. And inside is the biggest bliss. And it's free. I don't charge anything. You know what I mean? It's free to you all the time. You can have it whenever you want. You know, you won't have a headache. You have no hangovers. It's perfect.
No.
Perfect. Yeah? And it's free. Of all things, right, in the world, it's free. Also, you know, like the way to God is for love. So the only way to God is by love. So that's why there's a one way in. There's not four ways in.
No, just
there's a one way. That's called love. You can't get to God. You can't, if you're like a Buddhist, you know, people meditate on Buddhism, right? But they don't have bhakti. Bhakti means like worship. So they have like, there is no real God. It's like agnostic, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, the Buddha doesn't really say that there is a God or there isn't a God. But the Guru says, yes, there's definitely one. So before he said the word Om, he says Ik Omkar. Ik means one. Yeah? Ik Omkar. But the one, he made all this. So he says, without doubt, there's one who's a creator. Yeah. So it's monotheistic, but also that God's not separate from the world. God's in the world, right? So they call it panentheistic. It's like he's inside everybody, you know. And the person, each of us is like a mirror, and some mirrors are dirty, you know. You can't see anything from them. Some mirrors, they're cleaned up and they're shining. So the end meditation is to clean that mirror. So then you start shining with God. You reflect in God, you know. And the gurus for us, they're like reflecting God, you know. There were 10 of them. They came in 1469 to 1708, and they reflect God.
So what are the words that they're singing?
At the moment, Guru's singing to the Khalsa. So it's Guru Gobind Singh's birthday at the moment, the 10th Guru.
Okay.
And he said to the people, you know, the Khalsa, he made this group called the Khalsa, like people like myself who are baptized, we have a Kirtan, you know. He says that by their grace, I am who I am. Otherwise, there's millions of poor people like me. Yeah. So he's kind of like saying to them that because of you, I am who I am.
Yeah.
So it's like he's also very humble. Yeah. And he always says that the Khalsa is the reason that he got anywhere. So he's praising the Khalsa. So the Guru Gobind Singh is recognized as one of the main people that relinquished his own power to the wider public. So he couldn't be like, yeah, I'm the only one in charge. Yeah. Where he said to there's 5 Sikhs gathered in my name, then they are like me. Yeah, so he sort of like gave every Sikh, like he made them a sovereign people. So the word Singh and the Kaur that you see the people ever say, like my name is Singh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the women had the name Kaur.
Yeah.
That's kind of like elevating people.
Yeah.
So you know before people used to be called whatever they used to be called, but that was like a caste name.
Yeah.
So if you were like a Julaha, that means you always whatever work you did, that was your family work.
Yeah.
So your dad was X, then you were X, you were Y. So he was a water carrier, you be a water carrier, right? Sure. And then so the Guru was like, no, that's no good. We don't like the caste system. So then he gave everybody royal names. So everybody's called Singh is a royal name.
Like lion?
It means lion, but actually it's a royal name.
Okay.
The etymology of the word is lion, but it means a royal name. And the same, the word the Kaur for women. Kaur does mean prince, but it's also a royal name.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't mean princess, it actually means prince. It's so like a royal name.
There's a belief that you're royal.
Everybody's royal, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, not that we're royal, not that we're 16, we're royal compared to everybody else. We believe that everybody can be a sovereign person, and that's why we have the sword on us as well. So we arm, and so this is like a crown. So you like royalty, you know, out in the world. So it's like you got to imagine, like now it's okay to say that, but 500 years ago, people were told you're like the dirt on my shoe. You're nobody. You don't have to own any property. You can't pray. You can't have any kind of authority. So to those people, it was a big thing to feel like you were now royalty.
Sure.
Yeah. And it changed the system in this country. 500 years ago, people were very depressed. They were very suppressed a lot in this country. But by having the Khalsa come in, people felt like, you know, no, we are masters of our own destiny. So it's kind of like the whole, you know, like turn the world on its head, effectively.
Yeah.
That's why he's saying, I'm a poor person. It was for you. I would be nobody.
Yeah.
Whereas no ruler would ever say to people, he would say, I am everything, and because of me, you are where you are. He's saying, no, because of you, I am where I am.
Yeah.
You know, the free food. That's like the reason for it is like to show that everybody should have food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know you have equality, but you must have free food as well. You know, if otherwise somebody will be poor, they will starve to death. You know, so like a social system, like socialist kind of, a little bit of socialism, you know.
Oh, similar.
Yeah, similar, but it's all only for food. It's not for money.
Yeah.
So you just giving people food, right? But also, you know, it's like a way to experience equality. Because when you sit inside there, you'll notice that you could be really rich, you could be really poor. Everybody sits together. Yeah. And the other thing is like also you can go and serve. Like you can go and wash up, you can go and cook. You know, it's like it's a chance for you to kind of give back and learn about giving. You know, because you know society tells you like be selfish. In a way, it's like it's teaching you selfishness. Buy, keep. Yeah. Whereas Guru is trying to teach us how to be giving. So it's like a school. You go there, you learn how to give. Yeah. So it's like it's like have a go inside, have a look at Langan. But it's not just free food. It's like for me, it's like a revolution. You know, it's like equality, revolution of equality. You know, 500 years ago in India, in this like just here, if you were standing here 500 years ago, if you were a high caste person and a low caste person, they would not sit together. They would say the shadow of a high caste person, if it falls on of a low caste person, if it falls on the food of a low caste, just a shadow, yeah, they will throw the food away. They'll say it's been polluted, yeah. And the Guru was like, no, we're all equal. You know, it's like a revolution at those times. Even now, I think, you know, like rich people, they go to like posh restaurants, and they'll have like expensive food, maybe the same flavor as the normal food, but it's like 10 times more expensive, right? It's to keep the poor people out, you know. So it's like inclusivism. The Guru is all about inclusivism. Everybody gets together. Okay. So we have this philosophy, like a little leaflet here, which you give out to people. We actually have this in Italian, but I just don't have it on me in Italian. But I can get you the copy online, right? But it's like we believe in one God who loves everybody equally, whether you're gay or straight, black or white, Christian or Sikh. He doesn't care. Doesn't care about religion. Male or female, same thing, right? And the thing is that we must connect to the divine. You see what I mean? Yeah. And that's the main. And that's why we believe here is like an entrance to go inside. So you know, like in many religions, like I don't know if you meditate. Have you meditated before? Meditate. Have you done any meditation? You know, like for example, in Buddhism, they say this is like the flowering spot of 1,000 petal lotus.
Okay. Yeah.
And in Christianity, women are supposed to cover their head. Okay. You know, Moses, when he met the burning bush, he said, "Cover your head, take off your shoes." You remember that? Same way here, like we covered our heads, take our shoes off, right? With holy ground, right? Also, you know, like Hindus, they believe the 7th chakra is up here. So we call this the 10th gate. So you have like 1, 2. You got eyes. So if you close your eyes, doesn't mean that the world isn't there. You're not like an ostrich, right? Yeah. So, but the same way, if we open this, we can experience God. God is always here, but just because this is closed, so we can't experience God.
Okay, so you open it.
Yeah, and then it's going inside, right? And it goes into your heart. So that's where the divine is. Take this if you want. There's the music part will explain here. Why do we sing? You know, the Guru's like, let's meditate to God, but let's sing His praises. So we believe in singing. Okay. Yeah. What do you think so far?
It's peaceful. Yeah.
Alright guys, you know we have a YouTube channel. A lot more stuff on YouTube. You can check us out on YouTube, yeah?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for your time. Oh, yeah, very nice to meet you. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Check us out online if you want on our YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Okay. Gracias.